Okay, so now that we have our numerical summaries and we have our visual displays, we're going to be able to use this information to start our report for our case study, for the Chapter 1 and 2 case study. So suppose I'm in Microsoft Word or whatever word processing program you use, and you're typing away, and so for my project, I wanted to compare the pulse rates, the sitting pulse rates of varsity athletes and non-varsity athletes. And I'm not the greatest typist, so you're going to see little typos here and there. Sorry about that. And so here we go. Oh, another typo. Anyway, so what I'd really like to do is copy and paste important content from Fathom into Word. So here's my Word document, and what I think I'd like to do is start by going back to Fathom. I'm going to highlight the window that I'm interested in. I'm going to right click, and you want to copy it, but I don't see copy here, so that was the wrong thing to do. There's a couple ways to copy. If you edit, you can copy it as a picture. You're going to notice here there's a little keyboard shortcut though. That little arrow stands for Shift. That little icon stands for the Command key and then C. So if you are on a PC, you would do Control Shift C. On a Mac, you're going to do Command Shift C. So this is a little bit different than how you copy in many other programs. Usually you only need Control C or Command C. But in Fathom, unfortunately, you have to use the Shift key. Sorry about that. So we're going to come here, we're going to hit Command Shift C, and it will have copied. And so now if I hit Command V on a Mac or Control V for paste, I can do Control V. Let's see if it pops in. We're hoping it does. There it goes. Okay, my computer's running just a bit slowly today. And right now, if I double click on this, I'm going to wait for, there we go. So if I double click on this and I go to wrap, so what's happening right now is it thinks it's just a character in a word, this picture. And it makes it really hard to move. It makes it very, very clunky to use. What I really want to do is be able to move this picture around. So I'm going to go to the Wrap Text menu. And notice that the current option is they want it in line with text. You're going to notice the little doggy is just like the next character in a line if you look at that really closely. What we really want to do is be able to move this object around in my document so we can place it in a place where the text and the picture work side by side together really nicely. So your two options to make that happen that I find most helpful are Format Square or Format Tight. I think either one of these work equally well for Fathom, so I'm going to pick Format Square. And now if I move this over to the right, the text will wrap around the object. Now this particular image has some extra space that I don't really want to use, so I'm going to double click on the object again. And what I really want to do is crop this. So I'm going to highlight the cropping menu. And if you're doing this on a PC, the cropping menu is in a slightly different place, but you're going to recognize it by the little horizontal bars, these little guys right here. That's how you know you're cropping. So I'm just going to get rid of this extra space. I also got rid of the summary information because it's really not important for my analysis. So then if I click away and then I click it again, I've gotten rid of all that excess stuff. So I have my numerical summaries in. I can also make them smaller by resizing. Can be very helpful. And now I'm going to go back to Fathom and I'm going to import my visual display. So what do? I highlight, Control Shift C, or if you prefer, go up here to edit and copy as picture. Either one works. Back to Microsoft Word, and then I can edit paste, or I can do Control V or Command V on a Mac. I'm going to double click, wrap text, tight, and then I'm going to shrink this or resize it. Actually, I'll resize it just a bit. I think I'll double click it and crop out the content that is really unnecessary. So like that little stuff up there is really unnecessary, but the rest of it is important. So I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to move it over to the side, and I'm going to move this down. And now I have my important stuff, and now I'm ready to compare centers, shapes, and spreads, and use my numerical data over here as supporting evidence and my histogram as evidence.